You have to stand up for who you are and what you believe in. Al Huda Mosque here is actually the primary target.
Oh wow.
Yes. That
Wow.
day, for some reason, he changed his mind. He drove from Dunedin. He was here, just like literally down this road.
Oh my God, really?
He was staying on Somerville Road. Everybody was looking at me and my wife. They were just staring at us. And some of start like whispering, and then I can hear that some of them come to me and say like, I think you better go home. If you want to protect us,
Yeah.
that's not protection. We
Yeah.
are hiding. Here I am, like at the front with all my committee behind,
Yeah.
facing this unknown.
And you had to do that all like cultural learning and everything.
Yeah, we learn as we go.
Yeah.
We
Of course.
can't
yeah,
do
yeah.
much. That if I can help one person today, that would be enough for
That's
me.
yeah.
That would
yeah.
be fulfilling for me.
That's right.
Yeah, the most important thing I think for anyone, yourself. You have to take care of yourself first before you take care of others.
Yeah.
There's no problem that you cannot solve except for probably death itself.
Welcome to Talk with the Courageous Heart. I'm glad you are here today. Let's take a moment to breathe, settle in, and begin today's conversation.
Kia ora whānau, welcome to another brand new episode of Talk with the Courageous Heart. As I promised you last time, I have another courageous heart with me today. Before I get this person in, I would like to do a small introduction. This person has many experience of moving around. This person is from different countries and being in a few countries, and now he's a professor and in dentistry and chaplain, and he got more experience. So we will get to know him as we go through this journey. So without further ado, I would like to invite Haizal Hussaini. Please come on in. Take a seat.
Hello, Andrew.
Hey, Haizal, how are you?
Good.
Hey, first of all, thank you so much for saying yes. I
Thank you
really
for having
appreciate
me.
that. I can't be more grateful. Give me the time, and so it was it was last minute, and thank you for giving me the time. I do really appreciate that. So for the people who hasn't seen my podcast, how this works is, I ask my guests few questions. It's all about how courage played a part in their lives through different seasons in their lives. So, Haizal, if I ask you, who are you? You know, some people might know you, some people might not know you. If I ask you, who are you? How would you describe yourself?
I'm a dentist. That would be my first introduction.
Yeah.
But overall, over the years, I accumulate a few more things other than being a dentist. But true to the heart, I'm always be a dentist.
Dentist. And you are also like lecture. Is that right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm an academician. I'm a professor in oral maxillofacial pathology. It's a field within the dentistry itself. And being academician, I'll do research, I do publication, and I'll teach students.
And you also a chaplain as well for the Muslim community.
Yes,
Is that right?
I'm a chaplain actually with the Otago tertiary education, which is covering the University of Otago as well as the Polytech.
Oh, nice. Look, thank you for giving me that beautiful explanation. So, if that's okay with you, I'm ready to dive into the first question.
Sure.
So, Haizal, what does courage mean to you? And can you share a moment where you had to be courageous?
Yes. Well, courageous or being courageous means to me is standing up against people who put you down. You have to stand up for who you are and what you believe in, and being courageous is making sure that people don't put you down.
Thank you. And can you give me example that you were in that place, or you had to be courageous some other way?
Well, it's a bit of story there.
Yeah.
So, I've been to New Zealand before. In 2007, I
Okay.
came to Dunedin
Yeah.
and Otago to do my PhD. Took me about 4 years, and then I went back in 2011 back to Malaysia, and then I got a job offer to come back to New Zealand. So in 2015, after 3 years in Malaysia, I came back to
Okay.
Dunedin, being a lecturer here. So when I came back, the first time around and the second time around, I feel there's slightly difference in terms of people treating you, especially you are not being like a Muslim
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well as people of a bit of color.
Yeah, that's
So I said, well, this is strange because I never felt this when the first time I came before. So the way I'll sort of try to mitigate the issue is that I'll join the Abrahamic interfaith group, which hosts other within the Abrahamic, which is the Jews, the Christian, and
Okay.
the Muslim. So I went to that meeting. The first time I went to that meeting, I spoke and I say like, this is different of how people treat people coming from overseas or people of a different culture. Do you feel that? They say, no, like it's probably a bit of people drunk or people just say things.
Exactly.
But I say, no, this is different. So that was 2015.
Yeah.
And as things built up, obviously, as you know, March 15 happened.
That's right.
So by that time, I was already part of the mosque. I was the secretary to the Otago Muslim Association. And I've been the secretary since 2000.
Yeah.
And when it happened, the Al-Huda Mosque here is actually the primary target.
Oh, wow.
Yes. That
Wow.
day, for some reason, he changed his mind. He drove from Dunedin. He was here, just like literally down this road.
Oh my God, really?
He was staying on Somerville Road.
Wow.
That was his house, which is just down here.
Oh my God.
So he changed his mind. But just a few minutes before he made the attack, he released the manifesto.
Yeah.
And that manifesto actually mentioned Al-Huda Mosque
Oh, wow.
as the primary target.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Probably I knew that, but I just completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, wow.
So when it happened, I was out on the street. We just finished Friday prayer.
Yeah.
We're just coming back, and people was becoming a bit horrified. And then my friend said, "Oh, something has happened in Christchurch. You better go home." I said, "Why I'm supposed to go home? I got to go buy groceries and stuff."
Yeah.
And then even when I went to go buy grocery, everybody was looking at me and my wife. They were just staring at us. And some of start like whispering, and then I can hear that some of them come to me and say like, "I think you better go home."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because
They're kind of
Yeah.
scared for you. And
I think they were scared of us.
Yeah.
Actually, at that time, I didn't know what happened. Only I hear things like some shooting at the mosque.
Yeah. Ah.
I didn't even read the manifesto, but that night when we start watching the news, everything, it's just hit you like a rock, like somebody
Wow.
throw a brick at you.
Wow.
And then the next day when we have a meeting of the mosque, of the community, everybody was unsure what to do. Everybody were upset and everything. So half of the community, including the president and the vice president, has to go to Christchurch
Yeah.
for the burial.
Okay.
And then some have to stay.
Yeah.
So I choose to stay. So that was the hardest thing I've decided. I think in my entire life, that was the hardest decision, which I didn't realize at that time. So I have to face up. So the first thing that I had to do was going to Amarai for a meeting with the police.
Yeah.
And we say that like our community are now in hiding. They are hiding like rats.
Yeah.
So we can't be like this.
That's right.
So I said, like, so what the police asked, what do you want to do? I say we have to open back the mosque because the mosque were completely shut.
Oh,
Like they say,
okay.
don't go to the mosque
Yeah.
because they are unsure how many terrorists out there.
Yeah, yeah,
Because things are a bit sketchy. At
Yeah,
that
yeah,
time.
that's right. That's
The
right.
terrorists has been diffused, all the threats been diffused. They were unsure. They don't have a clue. So they say we're trying to protect your community. We're
Yeah.
trying to make sure. But I say, why? If you want to protect us,
Yeah.
that's not protection. We
Yeah.
are hiding. So there was a long discussion that went on, and in the end, the police said, "Okay, we agreed for you to open the mosque on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Not that Saturday, Sunday. We open back the mosque, but we have a community meeting, and the mayor and the MP and the head of chief of police here was there, and we had like a meeting. But that moment of opening that mosque, I stood there with a few youngsters. I have a picture, and that reflect the courageous moment that we have, because here I am, like at the front with all my committee behind, facing this unknown, facing this,
right.
and with the support of the committee, no doubt, everybody was there supporting us. But the threat was still unknown. But we still want to open the mosque because that shows us that we are here. We are not afraid.
That's right. And it is very courageous. Like, I just want to first acknowledge that, and I'm sorry. Like, I know it is. I would say it is the darkest time in New Zealand that, as a Muslim community, you guys have to go through, and even the whole country felt that. And I still remember when that happened. I was working, and I was like, "What is going on?" And when I was in Christchurch, and I heard what happened, I was like, "Oh my God, this is just so crazy." And for you to go through that as a community and think, oh no, we have to be courageous. We don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to open the mosque and we're going to stand up right in front of it, and we're going to welcome our brothers and sisters in our community. And that is very courageous, and I just want to acknowledge that. And thank you for being vulnerable, and I know it's really hard to go back and explain that moment as well, but thank you so much for giving that, re-explaining that moment again.
Thank you.
So Hazel, you moved, as you mentioned, you moved across different countries and cultures, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think you moved from Malaysia to UK, then to New Zealand.
Yes.
What has that journey been like for you personally?
It has been really fulfilling. It has been interesting. As always, journey is always have a up and down. But to me, life itself is a journey, and you have to travel to learn. I mean, in terms of things that academic or skills, but you also learn about other people. You learn about other culture. And that has been really enriching. I find that the journey itself, trying to adapt from moving from Malaysia to UK, adapting yourself to the UK, how the people live there, how we adapt to the system there, and then moving to New Zealand, completely at the other far end. Like
that is right. Yes. Oh my God. Yeah.
The longest
that is right.
Point is London and probably Dunedin.
Yeah. That is right. Yes.
But people share similar things. Like everybody wants peace. Everybody wants to have stable income and how to support themselves. Everybody just wants to have a little bit of a piece of life, a peaceful life, a loving life, a harmony life. That's it. Everybody has the same things. There are people who's going to be a bit more insecure, and that's where things that a bit like behind the scene will come out, because it's more of their insecurity. It's not about you, but they feel a bit insecure because you're present there. So I learned so many things, but the most things that I learned is from New Zealand. And never in my life that whatever that happened. But it is something that you learn throughout life.
Yeah, and may I just ask you, what made you, this is a bit of a personal question, but it's okay if you don't want to answer that. What made you move from UK to New Zealand?
So I finished my specialist training in the UK. So I'll look at slides and diagnose whether it's cancer or not. But so my quest was from a dentist to become a specialist, because I see a lot of oral cancer cases.
Oh, okay.
And I was initially wanting to be a surgeon. But when I went through the training, like surgery doesn't solve the problem.
Okay.
People still, in the end, died of the disease. So I said, I might as well become an oral pathologist. Maybe I can diagnose it early. But still, I can't find the fulfillment of that, because I think it's really noble to have a diagnosis, but actually, how do we solve this problem? So I'm figuring out where I'm going to do a PhD in oral cancer. So I was trying to find a place in the UK, but people keep on saying that don't come to the UK because you've been to the UK,
Yeah.
so you know how things are. Why don't you try other country, Australia, New Zealand? Just long story short, I've ended up with a supervisor in New Zealand.
Yeah.
So that's how I came out to be here.
Well, thank you so much for explaining that. Look, you have been involved in supporting communities, including refugees, which I have a lot of respect for you for that. Can you take me to a moment in that work that has really stayed with you, and what that moment meant to you?
The refugee, especially in Eden,
Yeah.
we were, as Otago Muslim Association,
Yeah.
when the first batch of Syrian refugee came in 2016, there were about, I think, close to about 70 of them,
Okay.
and lots of family. We were just told by the Dunedin City Council that, okay, we're going to take these people. They have a lot of support layer, this St. John supporting them, and a lot of refugee care workers, also volunteers working with them and trying to accommodate them, but one thing that they learn is that you need to also support them spiritually. And that's where we were asked to support them spiritually. But the issue with that is that none of us has that experience. How would you actually support people spiritually? Because you support the community, yes,
Yeah.
but there's like a whole bunch of community from Syria. It's like you unplug them from there
Yeah,
and put in
put here,
Dunedin.
that's right.
So a lot of cultural background that we have to study, have to learn, how Syrian people communicate and everything.
Wow.
So there's a lot of learning process
And
that
you-
has to happen quickly.
And you had to do that all like cultural learning and everything.
Yeah, we learn as we go.
Yeah,
we,
of
we
course,
can't
yeah,
do
yeah.
much
Yeah,
because
yeah.
there you go. This is our Syrian community. We
Yeah.
have to support them. So we try our best to support them
Yeah.
with whatever resources we have. We have the mosque. We did our best,
Yeah.
and we have a Sunday school for the kids,
Yeah.
to come and just to make sure that the community can gather. And we do the same program that we have throughout the year, but we try to get them involved.
Yeah.
And we have to make sure that we can transport them, because at that time none of them can drive, and so these are all that we need to logistically plan.
Yeah.
And so it was an interesting time, and that stick with me. And the first batch, some of them are still here, some of them have moved to other places, but
Yeah.
we become really good friends.
Yeah, I think all you can do is support them. Yeah,
Yes.
and which you did that, and thank you so much for sharing that. As we mentioned earlier, and you are a dentist, and you doing lectures as a academic in Otago as well, and you act as a chaplain as well. Have there been a moment where it felt overwhelming, but you still choose to keep showing up for other people?
Well, every day is overwhelming. Because you wake up, right? You count like you have to be chaplain, you have to be academician. you have to- but I think, it's just kind of not easy, but an easy way just to say, like, look, today I'm not doing it. Today
Yeah.
I'm just giving it. I'm gonna
Okay.
rest.
Yeah.
That's the easy way
Yeah.
option. But for me, it's just that in my mind, I always think that if I can help one person today, that would be enough for
That's-
me.
yeah,
That would be
yeah.
fulfilling for me.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, even a student,
Yeah.
as somebody struggling, somebody have issues trying to find a place to pray. Sometimes you feel that, why I'm doing this? But you have to remember that you're doing this for a greater good,
Yeah.
and for God,
Yeah.
and for your community, and that's the fulfilling that I get usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a Muslim chaplain, you involved in interfaith spaces. What have you learned about people and connection through those experiences?
The people of faith,
Yeah.
we all have the same spiritual goal. Spiritual goals are the same, and we look towards other people the same.
Yeah.
And whatever religious need that each of the community have,
Yeah.
they understand that.
Yeah.
But for people outside that circle, not saying that they're not religious, but not within the chaplaincy or people who's serving the student or their community, they're looking at different perspectives. For example, like if we, for example, for the Muslim student,
Yeah.
we need a space to pray.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Yes.
If you put this forward to the university, they will say that we have lack of space. That's, for me, it's understandable because
Yeah.
every university has this issue.
Yeah.
But whether you have the courage
Yeah.
or the motivation to find a space,
Yeah.
that makes a difference. With the chaplaincy team, they know,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
understand that. But when you move different people perspective,
Yeah.
they have different take on things.
Yeah.
Some if you go for the financial like talk to the people in the financial side, say they say like, oh, we have to have some funding or all this thing. I find it interesting.
Yeah.
And have to change the way that I approach people.
Yeah.
to make sure that we can actually reach the goal
Yeah.
that we want.
And I'm guessing what you're saying is that take that extra step and being adaptable for people. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just like, as you were talking about everything that you just mentioned, I was just very wondering. I was very like one question that keep asking myself, you must be a really busy guy because you do your dentist and academic and also chaplain, and you also have a family. That's right.
Yeah.
And like, how do you balance that? Like, what is the secret?
Yeah, the most important thing I think for anyone, yourself. You have to take care of yourself first before you take care of others. So
and how do you let me quickly ask you this question. How do you stop burnouts in your field, like with the work you do?
yeah, so before I reach that point of burnout,
Yeah.
usually the body will start telling me,
okay.
it will say like, oh, I'm not feeling well today.
Yeah.
Or, so you have to listen to yourself and you have to give time to you.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
you have to take care of you before you take care of others. So that's what I'm saying, like in order to prevent myself burning out, prevent myself, I would just say like, that's it for me today. Like if today, like I went to work and do all the things and then suddenly by 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, that's it. Like, okay, that's it.
That's it.
I'm just heading home.
Yeah.
Because there's no use for me to stay there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do any good to
That's
myself
right, yeah.
or anybody else.
That is right. Yeah.
So I just go.
Yeah. Once your body is telling you, after that, even if you do work, it won't be the quality work that you
Yes.
normally do.
I have to tell you,
Yeah.
I wasn't like that before.
Yeah.
But because of March 15, after that I would develop PTSD.
PTSD.
PTSD. Yeah. PTSD came. I went to my GP.
Yeah.
And with some complaints, I can't sleep. I can't do all this. Oh, you have PTSD.
Oh wow.
No, I don't have PTSD. No, you have PTSD. So
Good.
So she gave me something, say like, just be careful.
Yeah.
This medication is not going to help you.
Yeah.
So this will just temporarily block some of the problem that you have, but it will come back.
Yeah.
So true enough, what you say, he came back and said
Yeah.
like, we need to find you a good psychotherapist to help you through this PTSD.
Yeah.
And I said like, look, you've been through a lot. That was just about 3-4 months after March 15. Like, the PTSD will link every other PTSD and become one big PTSD. So because of that, I went through therapies for almost like 8 months or so, almost a year. And I learned throughout my my session that all this, you have to avoid burnout, you have to take care of yourself. So now I have my me time.
Yeah,
Yes.
and that's good. And thank you for sharing that. I think a lot of people find that helpful. Because I feel like in life we discover things as we go. We don't get all the experience in one day, in one month. And look, thank you for sharing that, all the things that you shared. And I have one more question that I ask all of my
Sure.
guests. But before I go there, I also have a part where I let my guests ask me a question. And it's only optional. You don't have to ask me a question. But do you have a question?
No, I don't have any.
All right,
questions.
thank you so much. Well, I'll ask you the last question,
Sure.
which is, I think this would be a really good question as a chaplain as well. What is the one sentence you would say to someone who is about to give up?
If you're about to give up, just take a break. Like what are you giving up? Are you giving up your opportunity? Are you giving up like so many things that you're doing? You just have to step back a bit and look as an outsider, like put yourself as an outsider and look at it like, why does it make this problem so big that you're about to give up? Like all problem has a way out of it.
Yeah.
There's no problem that you cannot solve except for probably death itself.
Yeah.
But the rest of the problem can be solved. And you just have to step back and look at it. If you can't solve it, other people might help you to solve it. So find someone who can help you. Talk to the chaplain, talk to your counselor, talk to your friends.
Yeah.
Just keep talking, but do not stop talking. Don't just be in your own zone and compound the problem. It will just keep on rolling in, becoming a snowball in your head.
Yeah, and it really struck me when you said there's no problem that can't
Can't be solved.
Can't be solved except death, and that's really like hit me so hard. And that's right. Talk to people, seek others' help, and talk to your friends. And Hazel, I just can't be more grateful that you came here today and give me the time, and you shared a lot of amazing things and a few hard things as well. And thank you. I can't be more grateful for you, for your time and as well. Look, again, and that's pretty much it from me. And again, thank you for tuning in today. I leave you with promise and hope that I would be back with another courageous heart. Until then, be courageous, be safe, and God bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Hazel.
Thank you.
This podcast is still growing, so every follow and share truly means a lot. Thank you for listening to Talk with a Courageous Heart.